Okay, hello everyone. Good morning. This is again your teacher for today, Teacher Shelly. So, welcome to our week 23rd, day 2. So, we will have our lesson for today will be the continuation for our vocabulary words for our maritime English lesson. Okay, so last Monday, our lesson was parts of ship that's in general, right? So we had one is the hull, second is the bow, and then we have the stern, we have port side, we have the starboard, the aft, the forward or fore, and the midships. Okay? And then on the deck areas, the parts of ship are forecastle, the main deck. We have also the poop deck, the bridge, and the superstructure. And for today, we will go to our part 2, deck operation in general. Okay, so first there's berthing, okay, and then there's unberthing, okay, and then there's heavy line, all right, and then there's gangway. We also have draft. We also have a freeboard. Okay, as we go on with our presentation, I will discuss all these vocabulary words one by one. Okay, for birthing, okay, as you can see here, there's a vessel or a ship wherein uh, the process of maneuvering a vessel alongside the pier, a wharf, or another vessel for loading, unloading, or maybe sometimes for repairs or layovers. That is what berthing means. Okay, when you say maneuvering, you're moving something or the ship is moving with skill, of course, and with care. Okay, and especially in a very tight or a difficult space, okay, in a narrow canal or something like that, and to achieve to achieve a specific goal. That is what maneuvering means. Okay, so this birthing uh, this birthing type of deck operation is like an act of bringing a ship alongside of the pier or the port or the wharf. Okay? That is what berthing means. Okay? So, um, when you say unberthing, as you can see here in the picture, there's two tugboats here. Okay? So, the process of this is that uh, the ship or the vessel is about to depart, okay, from its mooring or from its berthing process. Okay, this vessel is about to depart, okay, moving away from the port, right? So that is what unberthing means. All right, so the process of this is that the act, okay, of moving a ship away, all right, away from a pier or a port. That is unberthing. Unlike for the word berthing, the process of maneuvering a vessel alongside a port or a wharf. Alright? So that's the difference between the two vocabulary words. Berthing, process of maneuvering. Alright? Or moving closer to the port. While unberthing is the process of moving away or departing from the port. Okay? So that's the difference of the two words or the process of the two process. Okay. We also have here what we call a heavy line. Okay. It says here that it refers to a mooring line. Alright? That is substantial or important in diameter and strength. Alright? So, these are the main lines, alright, used to secure a large vessel to the berth. So, from the word itself, heavy line, it means that it is really strong, all right, heavy or a big type of line, mooring line. Okay, so that is why it is called the main lines. All right, used in securing a large vessel. All right, so heavy line is also um, thrown to shore to assist in passing a heavier mooring lines. Okay? So, as we go on, I will show you example of this. Alright. So, I mentioned mooring line, right? And I also mentioned a heavy line. So, what is the difference between these two lines? All right. So, as I said earlier, heavy line is a large, all right, line. And this one, mooring line, is, all right, let's go first to heavy line. It says here that heavy line is, yes, really a strong, a thick rope used for any job that needs a lot of power. See, it's really heavy, it's really strong, all right? And it is like pulling something big or holding something very heavy. That is why it's called heavy line. So imagine heavy line, it is strong, it is thick, all right? It needs a lot of power, strength, all right? It needs it is a heavy line. That's what this one means. Okay? Now, this is the sample of a heavy line. This one. In the picture, it looks like it's small, right? But in the actual procedure, this is big. Okay? Next. Yes, this one is the mooring line. Alright. It says here that it is simply a heavy rope. Yeah, just like heavy line. Or a cable used to tie the ship, alright, securely to a dock or buoy. Yes. So here in the picture, these are all mooring lines. Okay. So this one is the bow line. Bow line. Okay. So, this one, this triangular metal here, all right, that is the bow cleat. Okay? This is where you tie the line. Okay. It also have a bow string, this one. And in the middle, all right, the triangular metal here is called the center cleat. Okay? And at the back part of the ship, its stern line, the stern line is located, the red one. And we also have a stern cleat, the triangular metal here, and the stern line. All these are called mooring lines. Okay? So, the purpose of this is to secure, of course, the ship. Okay? Right. Okay, to secure the ship or the vessel. Okay. So, the fourth vocabulary word is the gangway. Gangway. Alright. This is simply a movable ramp or walkway. Okay. That connects the ship to the shore, of course, or sometimes to another ship. Okay. Allowing people, okay, to walk on or off. Okay, let's just say it in inside our house. Okay, we have stairs, right? So if we are on the second floor, we use the stairs. So this is like a stairs. Okay, but since it is in the vessel, it's called gangway. All right. So gangway. This is a portable ramp, yes, or a stairway used for boarding or disembarking a ship. Okay? This is again called a gangway. All right. So next is draft or the drought. Okay. Draft or drought. All right. This draft or drought refers to how deep the ship sinks into the water. So as you can see here in the picture, this line here is the water line. Water line. And below that, okay, below that, this one is the deep part of the ship. All right, so from here up to here, that is what drought or draft means. Okay? All right, so from the water line, all right, to the bottom of the ship is called the drought or draft. All right, this vertical distance between these two is called the draft or drought. The bottom is the hull. All right, so let's go to the next. Okay, we have here a free board. Okay, free board. When we say free board, this is the distance from the water line. All right, if this is the main deck, okay, the main deck, that is your free board. Okay, that is your free board. The vertical distance from the main deck to the water line is the free board. Because it says that the ship is the height of the ship's side that is above, yes, the water. Okay? That is what we call freeboard. Okay. So next. All right. We have also deck operations with regards to cargo handling. Okay? With regards to cargo handling. The first six I mentioned was deck operations in general. So let's go to cargo handling. So for number one, we have hatch or hatch cover. We have derrick. Okay? We have crane, and last for cargo handling, we have stowage. Okay. All the words I mentioned from deck operations in general and up to here, cargo handling, these are all uh, basic words that you have to remember. Okay. Now for hatch, number one, yes, hatch or hatch cover. Okay. From the word itself, cover, this is the one. This one. This one is the cover for the cargo hold or here. Okay? So, this is a watertight cover. This is also very large. This is also a strong lid or that seals, okay, the openings called the hatches or hatchways. Okay? Up to the below, down, the cargo holds of a ship. This is really watertight. Okay? This is a watertight cover. Alright. So, meaning, this hatch cover is an opening in a ship's deck, of course, for loading and unloading a cargo. All right? So that is what you call the hatch cover. Okay? So, next. This is a derrick. Okay. This is a long or like a long, strong arm. All right? That sticks out from a mast, this one, or post on the deck. Okay? That is a derrick. Okay. Now, this derrick part is also like a crane. Alright? So, the difference between a derrick and a crane is that this derrick is used along with ropes and winches. Okay. In order to lift and move a cargo into and out of the ship's hold. Okay? So this derrick uses a ropes and winches. Okay? In order to lift the cargo, all right, into and out of the ship's hold. Okay? So, while it typically has this vertical, all right? Vertical, stationary, it's not movable. Okay? Stationary mast or tower wherein a boom is attached and can pivot. Okay? So, when you say, when you say a derrick, it's like a crane also. Alright? So, uh, only the difference is that this one is um, more of, it's not that movable. Okay? When you say pivot, this has a central point or pin, all right, in order for the mechanism to turns or oscillates. Okay, so this one, the difference between a derrick and a crane is that derrick are generally less mobile. Okay, unlike with the crane. Okay, it's generally less mobile. All right, and it is best suited for heavy lifts. All right, in a fixed location. Okay, wherein it involves it is used often for extreme stability. All right, or for heavy lifting capacity. Okay, like for the oil rigs at the ports with specific construction tasks. Okay, so less mobile is the derrick, while the cranes, this one, are more of a is more of a mechanical device. Okay, with a hoist rope. Okay, wires, excuse, ropes or chains. All right. So that is the difference between a derrick and a crane. Okay. So a crane also is a machine used for lifting, okay, and lowering materials, moving them horizontally. Okay? Horizontally. So this one also, the cranes are specialized vessel. Sometimes it is built in a ship, okay, to move the cargo for loading and unloading purposes. Okay, so we're done with derrick and the crane. Derrick, as I said, it's less mobile, while the crane is more of uh, a specialized type. Okay, so the stowage, the fourth vocabulary word, is meaning you are carefully placing and securing the cargo on the ship's deck so it stays safe. All right, the cargo, it stays safe and doesn't move around or get damaged during the voyage. Okay, or simply stowage, the act of properly placing, okay, and securing by the use of this chains, securing the cargo within ship's hold or deck or on deck. Okay, that is what stowage means. Okay, so what is it again? Stowage is the act of properly placing the cargo, all right, or securing the cargo within a ship's hold or on a deck. That is what stowage means. All right. So let's go to navigation. All right. These are the words you have to remember. Okay. During navigation. Okay. We have here one is bearing. Okay, 2, we have the helm. Third is the rudder. Okay, so bearing. Okay, bearing is the direction of an object from the observer. Okay, it is expressed as an angle. Okay, and essentially tells you the direction to something from your current position. Okay, bearings are fundamental to determine the position of the vessel. Of course, to avoid accidents, to avoid collisions. Okay? And it is for plotting a course. This one, how bearings are used in navigation. Alright. One is position fixing. As I said, this is very important. Alright? Fixing position. Okay. Next, collision avoidance. Of course, we don't like this because these are accidents. Collision avoidance. And course keeping. Alright? Course keeping. And this is also used as a danger bearings and for anchoring. So, bearings is important during navigation. Alright? Because it tells us where the vessel is positioned. Of course, number one is to avoid collision, to avoid accidents. Okay? And this is for plotting a course. Okay? That's why how bearings are used in navigation. Okay. We will go to the second word, the helm. Okay. The helm is a steering mechanism of a ship. Okay? The order of this to turn the wheel. Okay? That is what is helm means. The steering mechanism. Okay, it says here that it refers to the entire apparatus, all right, used for steering a ship or a boat, while it's often used to refer just to steering wheel. Okay, the steering wheel. This steering wheel is a physical wheel that the helmsman or the person on duty or the person steering the wheel turns to control, okay, the vessel. Okay? Now, this steering wheel is, it's a component of, excuse me, of the steering system. Okay? And this helm, this one, this is a broader, wide term that refers to the entire steering mechanism of a ship. Okay? So, it includes this one. The helm includes the steering wheel, of course. But also, this is associated equipment like the rudder, the connecting cables or hydraulics, and often and often the entire area or station where the vessels is controlled. Okay? So while steering the wheel, okay, it is often the most visible part of the helm. Yes, the steering wheel. Okay. And the helm encompasses everything everything involved in the steering the ship. Okay? So, in in modern vessels nowadays, the helm, okay, might not even have a traditional wheel. Yeah. But rather, they have this joystick or other electronic controls. Okay? Now, just think of like this, okay? When you're driving a car, okay, of course we have the steering wheel, right? So it's just the and wheel, but the driver's station, right? So we have the steering wheel and we have the driver. Wherein the driver's station is where all the controls, right, including the steering wheel, the pedals, the dashboard, are located. So, so the helm is more like the driver's station for a ship. Okay? So, yes, the importance and function in navigation of the helm. All right. So, number one is the helm controls the direction. Like the driver, okay? You control the steering wheel, the the maneuvering of the vessel, okay? And you respond to the orders, all right? And you maintain steerage way, all right? And of course, for emergency response. So that is the function and importance of the helm in navigation. Okay, so next is the rudder. Yes, this one is the rudder. This one is the propeller. All right, this one. This one is the rudder. This is a flat. Okay, flat. This is a strong fin, like the fish. They have fins, right? And this one is located at the very back part of a ship and usually under the water. You cannot see this, but if the vessel uh, is put into dry dock, okay, that's the time you can see this one. All right? But usually, of course, this is under the water. Okay. Now, a rudder is a piece of flat metal. Yes. And it is attached to the stern of a boat. Of course, this is used for steering. Okay? Rudder. Alright. So, yes. What is the function or functions of a rudder on a ship? Of course, it's for steering purposes. It is for maneuvering purposes and to keep the course in place. Okay? That's the function of the rudder. Alright. So next. Okay. So we'll go to safety part of the ship. The safety. This is very important, of course. Safety. So we have for number 1, the muster station. Muster. It's different from master, right? It's muster. Okay. It's the second one is life raft. Okay. Next is a life buoy. And next is the PPE. We call it PPE. And we have life boats or lifeboat. And of course, we have life jackets. Okay. All these words are for the safety of the crew, of course. Alright, let's go with this one by one. For number 1, muster stations. Where to go during emergency cases. Where are we going to go? Okay. This is, of course, the designated safe areas, or this is a designated assembly point on a ship, all right, during emergency, and where the crew or the passengers gather, all right, during an emergency alarm. That is what we call the muster stations. This one here. Whenever the captain of the ship announces announces an emergency, okay? This is where the crew or the passengers meet. Okay? That is the designated assembly point. Muster stations. Alright. Next, we go to lifeboats or lifeboat. Alright. These lifeboats are primary evacuation vessels. Okay? This is just a small but a rigid boat stored on a ship. Okay. That is designed to safely evacuate everyone from a sinking or severely damaged ship. Okay? That is a lifeboat. Lifeboat. Okay, this is a small, okay, small boat. Okay, that is carried, all right, carried on a ship for use in emergency cases, especially for saving lives in the event, example, of a ship wreck. Okay, that is a lifeboat. This one, and this one. Okay, this one is released during emergency cases or situation. All right, or shipwreck. All right. So next is a life raft. Okay. A life raft is an inflatable survival raft. Okay? Designed, of course, also for evacuation, for emergency evacuation from a ship. Okay. So, um, this life raft is inflatable. Okay? It's inflatable. So, it is covered, raft that is packed into containers. Alright? Used to deploy or designed automatically or manually for emergency evacuation. Okay. So, this one, the storage for this is that it is stored in containers on deck, often with hydrostatic release units. Okay? The life raft. This one. Capsule type. Capsulated. It looks like a capsule. Okay? This one is the life raft. Okay? This is inflatable. Of course, for emergency evacuation from a ship. Okay? Next. Alright. So we have life jackets and life buoys. Okay. This is a personal flotation. Okay? So, these two are devices to help crew or passengers stay afloat in water. Okay? Now, this life buoys, this one, this is a device designed to be thrown to a person in the water to prevent drowning. Okay, to keep you stay afloat. Okay, that is the life buoy and the life jackets. This one is the life jacket. This one, life buoys. This one. Okay, the ring type. Okay, designed to be thrown, okay, to a person in the water to prevent drowning, of course, or to keep the person afloat. Okay, so that is life jackets. Okay, so yes, devices to help individuals to stay afloat in water. So we have here personal protective equipment. Okay. This is the crew's daily safety gear. Okay? Now, this PPE or personal protective equipment is worn to minimize, okay, exposure to hazards, okay, of course, that cause serious workplace injuries and illnesses. Like for example, what are those PPEs? Like your hard hats, your safety shoes, your gloves, your goggles. Those are all your the coverall. Okay, those are all your protective personal protective equipment, the PPEs. These PPEs are very important during, of course, during your operation on board. Okay? So again, what are those? We have your coverall. You have your hard hats. You have your gloves. You have your goggles. And of course, the safety shoes. That's why it's called a personal protective equipment. It's specialized clothing worn to protect the crew from hazards in the workplace. Okay? Those are the PPEs. So we have 5. All right. Next. Yes, this one. Oh, it includes also the vest. Okay? During nighttime especially, or in a dark areas. Okay? You have to wear this vests. This is the hard hat. Okay? And this one for the engine. Okay, to protect the ears, their ears. There's this one is the gloves. This one is the goggles. Okay, all these are all PPEs or personal protective equipment. Okay, next. Yes. So every time a crew uh, is on board, they should have a fire drill always. Okay? It says here that this is a practice run for what to do if there is a real fire. Yes, that is a practice run. Okay? So, fire drill are important, of course, right? So, when you say it should always be from time to time. The master should conduct fire drill. Okay? This should be exercised, a practice exercise. Okay? For all the crew personnels. Okay? To prepare or to respond to a fire or to an emergency fire on board, right? Okay, that is fire drill. Okay, we have here abandon ship drill. Okay, we have abandon ship drill. Okay, when you say this one, this is a practice exercise also. All right, where everyone on the ship, the crew, whether it's the crew or the passengers, okay, practices leaving the vessel safely in an extremely emergency cases. Okay? Uh, yeah, this is a practice exercise for shipboard personnel to prepare for and respond to to the order to abandon the vessel. This one. Okay, abandon ship drill. Okay, next. Yeah. So we have deck operations. All right, for seamanship. Yeah. So we have here 2 words. We have knots and we have nautical mile. Okay. So when you say knots, this is a unit of speed which is equal to 1 nautical mile per hour. All right. Approximately, if we say 1 nautical mile per hour, approximately this is 1.15 miles per hour, or maybe approximately it's 1.852 kilometers per hour. Okay? That's the speed, unit of speed. Okay? Knots. All right. Next, we have here nautical mile. All right. Meaning this is the primary unit. Okay? Primary unit used to measure distance at sea. Okay? That is what a nautical mile. Okay? A unit of distance at sea. As I said, one, one knot, 1 nautical mile per hour is around approximately 1.852 kilometers per hour or 1.15 miles per hour. So, since nautical mile is the primary unit used to measure distance at sea, that is how they are related. Okay? While speed is the unit of speed is the knots, nautical mile is the primary unit used to measure the distance at sea. Alright? So, next. Okay. We're done for today. And for other vocabularies, okay, for for next week, it's going to be Teacher Elaine, and she will continue with other vocabularies because there's really a lot, okay, for everyone to recall or to learn about. So just go, continue studying the words because those words are very important, no? And and these words are helpful for everyone's day-to-day life, especially if you're on board the vessel. So especially the emergency words, no? So you have to go over this, like the safety words, right? Like the fire drill, the abandoned ship drill. Okay, those are important, and you have to be familiarized with the safety safety equipments. Okay, the master station where you're going to go for emergency cases, the life raft, about the lifeboat, life jackets and life buoy, the what you call this, the other PPEs, right? You have to be familiarized with that PPEs. You have to wear that every time you go to operation, during operations, like your hard hat, your vest, your coverall, your gloves, your goggles, your safety shoes. Okay, you have to wear that, and you have to go over the videos. Okay, for you to recall everything. So for now, I will say goodbye to everyone, and I'll see you all on our 25th week. Uh, 25th week, that's going to be more of vocabulary words. All right. So for now, I'll go pause and I'll say goodbye. So I'll see you all then. All right. Bye. Good morning again.